Hi guys, Jake and MJ, back again for more live reactions to Power Rangers Beast Morphers.
I don't know why I really wanted to say Kaito Sentai Lupin Ranger today.
I don't know. It's been a while since Lupin Ranger.
It has.
It's been over a year now. Alright, here we go. We are back again for the mid-season finale.
Yes.
Of season 2. So that's pretty exciting. So they'll be going on a hiatus.
We discussed it.
Yeah, we're looking at we'll take a little break next week.
Next week off.
But then we'll be back with a live reaction to a Sentai movie. We'll see what's available. We'll do a little browsing. Go down to our local Hollywood Video, see what we can check out.
Blockbuster.
Oh, la-di-da, Blockbuster. Oh, look who's so fancy.
I don't think half these people are going to know what Hollywood Video is, because it's not as iconic as Blockbuster. And they're all gone.
Yeah.
They're all gone.
I know.
But, yeah.
We'll pick up one of them VHS cassettes of the Go Rangers.
During the hiatus, we'll probably do, like, every other week, pick something out of something, but take the intervening week off so that we can work on DRPR.
Yes. I've been doing a lot of video work, but it's been mostly for my classes, unfortunately. Yes. So, but this summer I am going to have almost nothing but time to work on this.
Greetings, comrades.
Greetings
to you, Devious Range, Dustin, Cody, Rotisserie, Rudy, Riss, and Olivia.
And Dustin, happy birthday to your dad.
Happy birthday, Dustin's dad.
Yep.
Happy birthday, Dustin's dad.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe one of the weeks could be a Q&A, yeah.
Yeah, I'm down for that. And it looks like, once again, the Roku has navigated away from things in an odd direction.
It's going to go to Rugrats.
It went over to Artist Anonymous for some reason. Don't know why. But yeah, we'll kind of play it by ear. There it goes.
My classes are getting harder as my teachers realize this is not a small break. No, it's not.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of always thought it was going to be, you know, that it was always going to go throughout the school year. Alright, there it is. Wanted to make sure that's all queued up. Should be good. But yeah, so I've been busy with classes that have been back in full swing. I focused a big chunk of today on a specific video that I'm doing for my students to review for Waves. I may have gone a little overboard.
What does that teacher teach?
Which one?
I don't know. Rotisserie thought one of their teachers thought it would be only a week. Can't be a science teacher, that's for sure.
I don't know. Yeah, nobody really knew what was going on. We just all had our expectations. Oh, and yes, I did see that.
Which one?
Master Fant. He was 89.
He was old.
So, it's I wouldn't say that's you know that's a ripe old age though.
Yes.
You know, good for him. It's a shame that he's passed away, but that's that is a long time to be around.
To do something about my hair.
You need a haircut?
Well, I'm not getting one right now, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't try and make people open up their haircut places. That's not cool. That's a thing that people should do.
No, it's funny, I was watching Trader
It was Master Fant, not Master Fant. Master Fant.
Hey, Athena.
Hey, Athena.
And Isabel.
Hey, there we go.
2 additional people I've not yet said hi to.
But yeah, I just yesterday wrapped up the spring semester for my grad courses. So that's all good. So all I have left for grad school is my capstone course, which will be going through May and June. And then boom, 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 all done with grad school, masters, good to go, certification, hopefully good. And I just got to square away things with getting my math certification as well, hopefully. I need to reach out to some people on that.
Yeah.
So another step down on that. So got in the last of my assignments last night. So that's one less thing on my plate. One more thing opening up so I can focus a little bit more on getting you guys some power reviews. Big focus that we've been working on is trying to knock out filming. Just getting filming done, like episodes out and creating a backlog.
Him and me and none of the other actors because social distancing.
Yeah. Just trying to knock out that, to build up a strong backlog of footage moving forward. So, like, on Monday, we were filming scenes from 99.
Yes, we were.
So in case you guys were worried that no progress was happening on Power Reviews, we were shooting some scenes from 99 the other day.
Like, we're only going to be able to get up to, 90 until we run into a place where social distancing is a problem.
93 would be the first one that comes to mind where...
Okay, so we can get all the way through 92, we can do, but then we're going to have to just keep backlogging things until social distancing is over.
And even 93, I might be able to still make something work. I might be able to work with that actor in a virtual manner. Because most of what I need from them are voiceovers / close-ups, so maybe I might be able to drop things off and they can record things for themselves.
Drop them the camera.
Yeah. Possibly. I'm not making any assumptions. I haven't talked to them about it, and that episode's still a few episodes out, so...
Is that someone who can operate the camera?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I would expect they could. I have no reason to assume they couldn't.
How do you think Hasbro's going to handle the Minosaurs of Resoldiers?
I'm assuming standard Monsters of the Week. It would be interesting if they do have that sort of Minosaur host of the day, but I'm not expecting it just because that's a lot of guest stars to
Plus,
commit
also,
to.
the whole thing, even Ryusoldier didn't quite know what they were doing with the host of the week, because sometimes the host was a rock.
We haven't actually worked out exactly how our graduation ceremony is going to go for our school. That is something that we have, that we've started discussing, but we haven't figured it out yet.
I mean, a lot of things are really weird.
Yeah. You know, it's probably we'll probably do some sort of virtual ceremony and mail people things is what I'm expecting.
Kids' Choice Awards is still happening?
Oh, it's rescheduled for next weekend. That should be interesting.
I would assume with no audience.
Yeah, that's what I would assume as well. All right, so we've got a pretty good group in now. I think it might be time to kick things off. We've got our audience. We're the audience for this. You get to our audiencing.
It's audienceception.
Yes. So, let's kick things off with our live reaction of episode 31 of Power Rangers Beast Morphers Secret Struggle. And, right. So this works, right? Yeah. And, yeah, it's loading. It's loading. I hit play. It's going. Oh!
Audio first, video second. That happens sometimes.
Beast X King Spin Saver.
Spin-tacular. Oh, Betty.
Yeah.
No, it's not a good idea.
There we go.
Grab the handle and spin it.
That's not how... Oh, wait, that's how it spins? Wait, it actually has...
A spin handle.
That is interesting. You are flying.
That's not how that works.
No.
That's really not how that works.
No.
You stole fizzy lifting drinks!
Please stop. Please stop.
They stopped.
I guess they had to make up for lost time from last week. That's an interesting feature. That's a weird sword.
Very weird sword.
Last time I went into scarab mode, it almost bugged out on me. Bugged out on me?
Yeah,
Bugged
no,
out.
we
I
get
get
it. We get the deal.
But it's late, and I've been working on the spin saver all day. How about tomorrow?
Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
Hey, boys.
Hey, Zoe.
Oh.
Check out these diagnostics from the choppers on
Oh,
Central.
he's gonna help her,
Something's off.
but not steal.
All right. I'll double check your entire system tonight.
Tonight? Really?
No.
Favoritism.
No problem.
Bye.
Bye.
Awkward.
I just asked Nate to work on my
That's
story,
awkward.
and he said he was too tired. But you asked the same thing, and suddenly he's... Wait
What?
a second. Does my brother like you? I mean...
Oh man, he picked up on that fast.
Like me. Trust me, dating is the last thing on my mind. I gotta go.
Oh,
Give me that.
Glitz World magazine?
The ultimate guide to first...
Are you kidding me?
Okay. You can't tell anyone.
Okay.
The truth is, Nate and I both like each other.
That's awesome!
Steel, you are pure.
It isn't awesome at all. Because Rangers dating Rangers is against Battle Force rules.
Yeah, it is.
What? That's a silly rule.
Oh, and I guess he wouldn't know that.
Love is the best thing in the world.
He would have no reason to
What
know
could
that.
possibly be the harm in dating?
Who knows?
Well, for starters, it makes you give someone preferential treatment in Zord maintenance.
I hear you.
That's interesting.
I won't tell the others.
Like, there is a problem with preferential.
Oh, she's just got some Morph-X.
Over here. Did you bring the Morph-X?
Zoe looked like she was ready for a date already. She had kind of a cute little dress and blazer going.
I have business to attend to.
This will be quick.
You need to ensure I don't run out.
He very much needs that for stabilizing everything.
Much better.
I feel like we are...
Mr. Mayor?
Quick, she's trying to kidnap me.
I feel like my plans, little rabbit. Step away from the mayor.
You gonna do a jump?
Try and
Quick thinking on his part.
Yeah. No, he... That was a kick. I guess those jump rabbit, the jackrabbit legs pay off there. Solo morph, not instant morph. Solo morph for Zoe. Good for Zoe. It's the first time getting her own solo morph, I think. We do not get many of those.
Lightspeed reference?
your mistake.
Oh, well, I suppose that... Oh, yeah, because Dana was a Glitch girl. I didn't even think of that. I was thinking of Glitch World as being Cassandra's favorite show, but that is a good point.
Yeah, that was an interstellar space TV. I would think that a Glitz Girl thing would be much more, Lightspeed Rescue.
Yeah.
It was Glitz Magazine with the
Yeah.
model.
Nice
Who
recognition.
tends to show up more, Oliver or Frankie?
Rangers.
Oliver.
Bow, wow. Go Power Rangers. Go. Go. It's morphin' time. For justice we fight. With beast morph in might. Together we rise. Bow, wow, 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 na, na, na. Go Power Rangers. Go Power Rangers. Power Rangers Beast Morphers.
Is it just me or does Abraham look a little bit evil when he's doing this?
Maybe a little bit.
Don't speak French.
Dun,
French
dun.
is just English, but with their ridiculous accents.
It's very ridiculous.
Yes, Oliver likes to be heard. Well, also, see, they have different ideas of what they want from us.
Yeah.
And Oliver can get what he wants from us when we're doing this.
Yeah.
And Frankie can't. Because what Frankie wants is to be literally in our faces.
Yeah. Frankie's a little cuddle monster.
But Frankie wants our faces. Whereas Oliver is content to sit next to us and get
Yeah.
head scritches.
Oliver seems to like the camera. Look at that. He's
Yeah.
He's finding his frame.
He's
He's
found
doing
his
very
frame.
well right there.
Watch Mojo's Top 10 Green Rangers. Have you seen it?
No, I don't. I haven't. I don't always track on the watch mojos. I assume I know who they put for number one because they tend to go for some obvious choices on that
Thanks
front.
for joining us, Jesse.
Yeah.
Nick Jr.'s not.
But yeah, we've had some nice, we have some nice little continuity nods here and there, thanks to...
Rotisserie Soup mentioned last week's Levi West poster, which, yes, Jake was trying to shoot but did not see. He was
Yeah, I knew...
really on the lookout for it, but he didn't see it, huh?
Like, I knew that it was there, but I was not looking closely, I think, at the particular moment where it was.
And the second cat's only one. How far apart in age are our cats?
A few years.
Let's see, Frankie would have been, what, 6-ish?
I want to say about 5 years apart, thereabouts.
5 years apart, yeah, because we got Oliver, he was 1, and Frankie was about 6.
Maybe 4. I think it might be. It might actually even be a little closer than that. Because when we got Frankie, he was about 6 months old, and that was in fall of 2008. So, oh wait, and then, yeah, no, you're right, about, but then, if Ollie was a year old when we got him, which was in spring of 2014.
Yes, Frankie was 6, so it's a 5-year difference. Because
So they're 5 years apart.
they're 5 years apart, and Frankie is, wow, 12?
He's a big old boy. He's not quite, I guess he is about 12 now, yeah. Hard to believe it's been 12 years
So
since
I guess they're 12 and 6.
Yeah.
This guy's 6.
No, he's 7.
7.
12 and 7. Man.
And Frankie is 12.
Frankie's 12 years old.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I've had him almost as long as we've been together.
yeah. It's been a long time.
Oliver is a bit of a guest since he was a stray. Well, they were both strays.
Yeah.
It's just that Frankie was only 6 months old, and it's easier for them to get a good handle on
When
the
they're that
age
young.
of a stray when they're under a year.
Yeah.
And Oliver was about a year. It's funny, my first cat, Trixie, they told me she was about 5, and then I took her to the vet, and they said, no, she's closer to 8.
I'm actually a little disappointed that there was something I missed from last week because of our Roku Philo app.
Oh?
Apparently, and we're back.
We're back!
Apparently, there was some footage of the swimming competition.
Password it out.
There was footage of the swimming competition and had Kevin from Samurai.
Oh!
But we didn't see it because it was black. It was a black screen for those first few seconds. So we missed that bit.
That makes sense. Just like it was this time, a black screen for the first few seconds. So it was like, oh,
Yeah. I
audio
don't know why
before
we're having that
side, video, that happened.
Nice.
Mr. Mayor, don't worry. You're safe now.
Thank you, Zoe. You really
He's been doing a good job of covering
Super.
himself
Someone said
when he
super
needs
meat
to.
when they meant super mega.
Yeah.
Super meat. I could go for some super meat.
The fact that Evox is targeting
Nice
me is
hand.
very concerning. We need to take every precaution.
Ooh.
Sorry, I've
Really?
implanted a micro tracker inside you.
Dude, don't
Sorry.
don't do that without asking permission first. That was rude.
That is rude.
Now, if Evox captures you, we can find you.
Oh
no matter
man.
where you are.
And to prevent that
We
from
might be
happening,
getting a reveal this
two
week.
Rangers will act as your undercover bodyguards. I need 2 volunteers.
Zoe and Nate will do it.
Oh no, Steel!
Steel,
Of course, we're up for the task.
you're such a
You
shipper.
can count on us, Mr. Mayor.
Steel is a shipper.
But I have lunch with the Canadian ambassador this afternoon. You need to keep your distance.
Don't worry, sir. I'll get them some
That's
supplies to help them maintain their
Interesting. I wonder what you have
Excuse me.
He's gonna send them on an undercover date.
called to.
I'll call now.
He is such like an international mayor. How does that work?
You see Ben and Penny anywhere?
Josh. Who's Josh?
Bad news. Thanks to today's fiasco.
Oh, they're doing the Kids' Choice remotely.
Mm.
That makes sense. You can do road shows remotely. Wait for it. That's getting to be your catchphrase, Olivia.
Yes, Master. We'll come up with a plan.
This is a nice ticking clock here.
How long do you have
Yes.
before you transform?
Steel is absolutely shipper on deck.
We need a plan to get him real Morph-X fast.
Oh, this is I like this plot.
We still don't know why he was in another country 4 episodes ago.
Ready for your secret mission.
Are you?
need to see what Ben and Betty
What
did for you.
what did you do? What did you do?
They're clothing capsules.
What? Why?
For a quick disguise.
Why? What? Why is that a thing that you can do? What? They are very classy.
Nice.
Okay.
We're supposed to blend in, not stand out.
Nonsense.
They've got-
You two make quite a pair.
Really? Really?
No problem. Let's try another
That is a lovely evening gown too. Whoa. What? What?
So sparkly.
Thanks, guys.
You know what? I like that you just embraced that, Steele. Good on you.
No problem. Always happy to help. Bye, you two.
Wait, I have another idea.
No. Stop with ideas.
This. Picture yourself sitting in the
Stop,
gardens,
Steele.
watching the mirror,
You're pushing
sharing
too much.
chocolates with a dozen roses.
Wait a sec. That's heart-shaped. Are you setting up a date?
It's okay, bro. Zoe told me you like each other, so I'm here to help.
He
He
guessed.
figured it out himself. But we're not going on a date, so you could stop.
But fine.
The mayor's in a hurry. And now we gotta go get changed.
Technically, Steele is non-binary.
Yeah.
Actually, you will see me later.
Oh no, Steele. What are you gonna do?
Okay, you know what? This is at least an environment where those outfits would have not stood out too badly.
Yeah. Oh.
Anything happen?
Nothing. Ah, that ramen smells good. I'm
There's
starving.
a nice little ramen shop apparently.
I was thinking.
Oh,
And actually,
by the way,
This isn't a date.
fun note.
It's nice hanging out.
The source footage for that fight with
It is.
with
Noodles.
Roxy
Roxy?
was from
What are you
an
doing?
episode where
What I need.
there was a fake wedding.
Oh, you're so clumsy.
No worries. Here, reheat your mind.
Thanks.
Oh my goodness. This is
Yes.
Okay, I see what's about to happen.
yeah.
Because Becca Barnes liked something on Twitter and I got,
Yeah.
nope, it's the lady in the tramp!
Yep.
Thank
Okay.
you for biting the noodles.
Dramatic note.
Excuse me a moment.
They got distracted and he's getting away. No. Oh, they are actually going to try and go for that and then be like, oh wait. Oh.
I'm so sorry. That was my fault.
No, it was my fault. I wasn't looking. Come here.
That was a very tender moment for Power Rangers.
Yes, it was.
How's that possible?
I mean, they
We
did.
were kissing! That's how! Oops. Don't tear them off
Here he is.
of Tiaratron.
Oh, so much for perfect timing.
Let's split.
Those fools. I thought you were supposed to be protecting me.
We're really sorry, Mr. Mayor.
Commander, the mayor is secure.
Come on, let's get
I
fresh.
very much like that they're making the mayor central to the plot of this episode.
Yeah.
But when I needed you,
It's tying together very
right
well.
there.
Also, he is fighting his accent so hard in so many regards.
This kind of mistake is unlike the two of you.
Oof.
I had a feeling that there was more to the story.
What?
Surveillance.
So
What?
I take the gardens.
No.
Surveillance.
No. Oh, I'm sad. I'm sad. I'm sad.
I am so sorry. That was my fault.
Tell me this isn't what it looks like.
Oh,
You guys are a thing?
they're not
I
a
had
thing.
no idea.
It seems no one did. Well, is it true?
This is. Ooh. I'm so uncomfortable for them right now.
The truth is, Nate and I have feelings for each other.
Oh, this is so uncomfortable.
We have for months.
But
No buts. You know,
They have not dated.
The rules. I expected better from you.
They have not dated.
It's not their fault, Commander. Nate and Zoe didn't want to break the rules, but I wanted to see them happy, so I sort of kind of spilled your bowl of noodles so you'd have to share Zoe's bowl.
You followed us?
Well, yeah. What use is a rule if all it does is make good people unhappy?
Kind of a good question. Rule sure made me and Roxy miserable.
Rules are made to be followed. Can we wrap this up?
This is...
We need to get to.
The mayor and the commander have accents?
You'll replace Nate on the mayor's detail.
Well, they're New Zealanders.
Oh, well, they're doing a very good job at not having accents then.
I've noticed the mayor fighting his a little harder during his angry moments.
Tom really has cursed all future kisses.
Stay here, sir. Zoe and I will check out the area.
I like Becca Barnes.
Yeah.
Rotisserie doesn't. The commander needs to calm the heck down, yes.
You have got to ambush my guards. I need that Morph-X.
Alright, man.
All clear. We can go.
This is a better idea. This is just how you should do these things.
Oh man, there's so much tension right now.
Any thoughts?
That'll do.
What's that?
Oh, because that's the what, and the little girl's like, what? Like, check this out. The tiara, yeah. That's the one from the source footage.
We'll get him his Morph-X.
That'll be our crowning glory.
Commercial time.
More thrills in your life? A four-letter word for boring.
But yet, it does sort of feel like they are leading up to the big reveal of the mayor being Evox and them all finding out. And they're handling the whole Zoe and Nate relationship at the same time. I like these converging plot lines.
I'm psyched. I am totally psyched.
I'm so, like, I'm on edge wanting to see what happens right now. Like, these sort of plot lines always make me a little uncomfortable.
That face got scrambled.
But I am very intrigued right now to see how they handle it.
Nice. That's why it's PVC free.
Quality toys for all the
Nice.
first builders in your life. Mega Blocks.
Evox doesn't know how to not cough in his hands! That's true bleach.
Very true.
Elbow.
Gotta cough into the elbow, man.
Twice as strong as the leading store brand.
That's true. Count on.
As it turns out, my coworker is there this weekend.
Yeah?
He'll be gone next weekend.
Oh, okay.
Some people in my office are alternating weeks working from home.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be alone this week, but nope. What? That is the opposite of social distancing.
Yes. I mean, that was sort of the point of that particular commercial at that time, but yeah.
Some of these commercials need to be polled.
Oh, it's not like any of them are in school
right
right
and
now.
got bitter about people being in love.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious how they resolve everything. There's two different running plots right now.
Do Power Rangers have divorces?
Yes.
She could also be a divorcee then.
Because Kimberly's parents were divorced. That was a major plot line for her.
Yes, Declassified just reviewed this episode and he hated it.
Okay. I don't know who that is. Now, no, we haven't gotten to the end of it, so I will say, at the very least, it has me pretty well hooked, because I want to see what happens. It is, right now I am in a state of discomfort, because, you know, it's a high-tension situation, and it could resolve in a way that I like, it could resolve in a way that I don't.
I love this already!
Lego Avengers?
No, but look, first of all, it's Lego Avengers.
Yeah.
Second of all, it's not Lego Friends, it's regular Legos, and the commercial started with a girl.
Okay.
So, Legos is getting over their issues about gender segregating their two lines of Legos.
Built the universe in you.
because both of them have their merits. They don't need to be segregated by gender. They can just be segregated by I prefer these minifigs and you prefer those minifigs.
Right.
The tall ones versus
Do they
the
have
small ones.
frosting and delicious filling? I don't think so.
That's definitely a guitar.
But yeah,
Did you know that just by staying
Heel,
home
that's
right now,
not a dog, that's your sibling.
people's lives? Staying home can help slow
I'm curious to see where this ends up going.
Lego used to be awesome as far as that gender thing goes, Isabel. Used to be. Until they brought out Lego Friends. Like, before they brought out Lego Friends, Legos were for everyone. Everyone does Legos, Legos are for everyone.
Yeah.
And then they brought out Lego Friends and started trying to make Legos for girls.
Yeah.
Original Legos were already for girls, and I'm glad that they're acknowledging that again.
Yeah.
Legos are for everyone, Legos are for everyone, Legos are for everyone.
But yeah, like right now, I don't have too much to say other than I just want to see where this goes. I'm trying to remember also who had the fake wedding in the wedding episode of Go Busters. Because I want to say it was Hiromu. I could be mistaken. Oh, looks like we're back. Ah! Nice.
The actors are getting really good at fighting out of costumes.
Yeah, they are.
Stay back.
Okay. Morphin' time. There we go.
You guard the mayor. I'll take care of Sparkles.
Fake wedding in every season, RPM through Megaforce. Well, it definitely was an
That's true.
RPM.
And Samurai and Megaforce. Well, Super Megaforce.
Because there was the
Although
Summer
no,
and Chase.
that wasn't
Summer and Chase
that wasn't
wasn't
a fake wedding.
Summer and Chase was a wedding that got called off at the altar.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
It was an arranged marriage that she decided not to go through with.
You're burning up. You could overheat. I know. I need a minute. Go on. Come on.
All right. So now they just gotta separate Zoe from the
Right,
band.
but they just brought his
His weakness up for the first time in a while.
Yep. He's overheating.
Oof. Oh.
Chaz, not Chase. Oh, Chaz. Excuse
Yeah.
me. His name was Chaz.
Yeah. Nice.
That is like.
It does have drums. Oh, it has tiara drums. That's magical.
Dino Charge didn't have a fake wedding, but got close enough.
Get back into it. Really, that little fan works on you while you're wearing your helmet? Okay, so what to do now? How do we get him away?
The mayor can turn into E-Box at any time.
Those two are gonna fight Zoe.
I guess so.
Give up the mayor and we won't hurt you. You're not taking him anywhere. I can try Nate's new weapon.
Oh, the spin sword. Spin saber.
Second female Robotron.
Fair enough.
Wedding of Sledge and Poisandra? Well, I don't know if that was a fake wedding.
I mean, they do send we have been getting a fair number of weddings. Trying to think. I don't think there was one during Ninja
Ooh,
Steel.
Beast X mode!
There we go. Probably could have brought that out sooner, but good.
We're a little confined by the semi footage.
Yeah. Nice. Boom.
Bye bye, Tiertron.
Bye bye. I like that he can summon Smash his fist. Scrozzle? Is Scrozzle going to come to your rescue? Wow, that spin saber sure was useful. Oof.
Nate.
Probably could have done a deflection instead of just straight up block, but...
Well, these are reasons you don't date.
That being said, it worked out, you know, it did work
Well,
out because
I believe
otherwise...
they're about to make the argument that being in love makes them fight even harder for one another. That's...
Oh, the saber destroyed them as a boomerang thing? Oh, hey, Nate, how you doing? Aw.
Thanks for the assist.
Aw.
Go get the mayor.
Sweet.
Quite the team.
Well done.
Okay, so what now?
Thanks. It seems I really owe you two.
Okay.
Save me again.
And he's...
Did he, like, get juiced? Did they leave him some...
I don't think so, and I don't think he's gonna...
See, if they were smart, they'd put some, you know, juice behind the thing so that
Yeah.
while they distracted her, he could just rejuice and they wouldn't have
Yeah.
to kidnap him. You know, they should be thinking about how to smuggle him,
They're trying to find a place where they could, like... They're trying to
They're
find a
trying to
place...
extract him.
Yeah.
They should be...
Well, they were trying to get him to the Morph-X.
Well, what I'm saying is they should be doing a Morph-X drop.
Yeah. They just can't seem to they just can't seem to drop it off. They keep trying to drop it off with him instead of dropping it off just for him.
Exactly.
Okay, so she seems to be reconsidering.
Well done, team.
And what's going to happen now with the mayor? The mayor's going to
He's
change.
going to decompensate right here in the office.
Commander, we haven't been dating. We may disagree with the rule, but we're not going to break it if it means jeopardizing the team.
I believe you, Nate.
It's just a ticking time bomb right now.
And it's clear to me now, you're a great team because of your relationships, not in spite of them. I don't change the rules often, but when I do, it's only for a good reason.
And meanwhile, Robbie's just like, dude, Mom, really?
The rule is...
Yep, he needs Morph-X to maintain his disguise, Athena. He has to, like, suck it up through his dreadlocks.
Yeah.
What about the tracker? I mean, I guess the tracker is why he couldn't just wander off on his own.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there are no tronics in this episode.
Oh no, here it comes. Here it comes.
Are you okay? I'm not well. No. Dad.
Oy vey. He's just trying to get away and he just can't.
That many people at a revolving door was hilarious.
Oh man. Boom! But you still got the tracker, dude.
Evox and my dad are in the same body.
Yes.
Yep. There we go. That is a good...
I am not your father.
That is a proper note to end it on. Good job. Good job. I like that they structured it that way. We were talking about whether or not they would structure it that way.
I said they were going to do it.
I thought they were early on, and then it seemed like they weren't going to it didn't feel like they were going to tie it off. But then the moment that this episode started and they were focusing on it, I'm like, oh, they are, yes. Because I knew, the only thing I knew about this episode was that it was going to be about Zoe and Nate's relationship.
I saw that tweet that Becca Barnes liked that was, it was,
The Lady in the Tramp moment.
yeah, but it was...
I didn't see the tweet, actually, but... Nate?
Abraham. It was Abraham's tweet.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I had been... Like, we had said, like, from the beginning of the season that it would be...
The perfect cliffhanger for the mid-season finale.
But it didn't feel like... It felt like they were going to keep running with it as of, like, the last time that we checked in. And when I found out this episode was going to be a focus on Nate and Zoe's relationship,
You assumed that meant it definitely wasn't going to happen.
I assumed it was going to be more of a filler. I didn't think that they were going to tie those two plots together, and I'm really glad they did.
Mercer and Mesogog. Finally, Nate and Zoe.
I'm interested to see where they go with that relationship from here. They have been on that slow burn. They haven't really addressed it much, but I like that we got... Zoe got a lot more time to shine in this episode.
Calling it now, they will forget the tracker, says Joseph.
No, I think they're going to pick right up on that tracker at the beginning of the next episode. When we come back from the hiatus, that is going to be first thing they're going to try go after that.
Either way,
they're like the same height. I think she was in heels at one point.
That could have done
but
it.
They're like the same height.
They are adorable.
That was cute.
They're so cute. I ship it.
I thought that was handled quite well. This was a strong note, I think, to end this half season on. And I thought they handled it quite well. So I'm after being disappointed with the payoff on Evox's plan with the Beast X Kingzord. I like that they still tied off Evox as mayor with this episode, and among other things, it's heavily implied that he has other things that he's already set in motion.
Somebody said something, and it's totally true.
What?
Ben and Betty's tech was competent this episode.
Oh, with the little costume grenade
I mean,
things?
it was a little silly, but it worked.
Yeah, the clothing capsules.
And Nate apparently did not invent those.
Yeah, they are capable of creating some good inventions. They're not always good with actually utilizing them properly.
No, there's no way Nate is 12.
Nate is 12, Zoe is 14. No,
I'm thinking more like 17, 18, 19, somewhere there. Like 17 and 18, or 18 and 19.
Yeah. They're both probably like 18.
Yeah. They're within a year of each other, I'm sure.
But yeah, I like this. The way they handled...
Canonically 16, okay.
He's canonically 16? Okay.
I'd be interested in knowing.
I don't know
and
where...
I hope she's not much older
than
18.
What's your source on that? Because I don't know if I've seen a source saying specifically 16.
She better only be 18 then.
I
mean, she's working there, so she can't be like 17, because then she'd still be in school. So she better be only 18.
But yeah, this was handled the way that the Heckle working at the Dinobite Cafe plotline should have been handled back in Dino Supercharged. And we had said way back then, they
just like Justin
blew
said.
this opportunity. As far as the actors go, yeah, I'm sure they're like the same.
Yeah, apparently Abe's older.
Yeah.
IRL, but yeah, it's not about the actors; it's about the characters. And and I'm just saying it's a little weird.
I don't believe they've made any statement, canonically speaking, on the characters' names, on the characters' ages. I mean,
well, someone said that they had
just
16 on Nate, and I'm not sure where that came from.
Yeah.
But I would assume that everyone who's not Nate is at least 18 because they were working full time and no longer in school.
Right. Exactly.
But that's the only thing I would know.
Yeah. But I liked a lot of things in this episode.
At their age, anything more than a 2-year age gap gets creepy.
The Zord fight felt like it was a little bit awkwardly edited in with some of the things going on, but that was about it. But
1816 is, I think, okay. 1817 is okay, but if it's like 1916, we're gonna have a problem.
Yeah.
So I really hope she's no older than 18 if he's actually 16.
Yeah. I'm assuming they're about the same age. I'm assuming they're both.
That's 18. What I'm saying. Like within the year and a half.
Yeah.
You want to stick in there because if you're over a 2-year age gap at that age, it's creepy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just is. She's from Chicago.
But the romantic elements, I thought, actually were fairly well handled.
They were adorable.
They were cute. They didn't go too cheesy with it. I felt like the spilling of the soup was something that, if it was, they needed to break that moment, and I felt like they broke that moment in a way that felt fairly natural.
Yeah. Oh, soup broth! Super!
It was a natural way to break that moment.
Yeah, well, I know he's under 18, but I was assuming 17.
I don't even know if he's under 18 or not. We've just kind of made that assumption.
I make that assumption primarily because Shaw seems to be acting in loco parentis.
Yes,
Which
that
I
was
don't
the reason.
think she
That was
could
the
do.
that was the main thing that was the main reason that we were thinking that.
But I always assumed, especially since he's getting into a relationship with an 19-year-old, that he was at least 17. Because, again, more than a 2-year age gap at that age, creepy.
And even if it's also possible that they could be older now.
Yeah, age is a little bit more than a number at that age.
It's a little tricky.
Like, see, once you're, like, in your 30s, then the age gap really doesn't matter at all.
Right.
But in teenage years, when someone's a minor and someone's not, it matters a lot because you can get jobs, you can go places, you have all kinds of power that a person who is underage does not have.
That being said, this is all basically just speculation on our
Yeah.
part. We have no information on their actual ages. We don't even know if they have canonical ages.
Right.
Yeah.
This is just me reacting to a lot of people saying they think he's 15, in which case that's creepy. I hope he's not 15.
Yeah, no. But, all that being said, the two plot lines I thought worked together quite well. I really liked that they had... I liked that there was a ticking dramatic time bomb for the villains. Which
yeah,
is...
because he was running out of Morph-X and he was going to morph.
There's rarely a thing where you're like the villains are in a tight spot in such a way that you don't know what's going to happen for them.
I
thought
called it
that
demorphing. I'm not really sure it's a demorphing, but
Yeah.
you know, losing his
and it was actually it's funny too because I had been thinking that there was there was some time ago I was like working up notes to just sort of think on like how could they have improved certain episodes of Power Rangers, and I was thinking specifically about the episode where Heckle was revealed to be Snide.
Mm-hmm.
And my specific thoughts on that episode that I'd shared with you and I think a few others was, you know, maybe it could have worked for the reveal on Heckle as Snide if there had been just a little something in that episode where Snide kept expressing impatience from inside the pocket watch, because that would have provided a ticking time bomb, ticking clock metric that would have made sense for him to then reveal himself at that moment.
Yeah.
And it would have created tension that could have carried throughout the episode. And that's exactly what they did here. And they did it as a major
reminded
through
us,
line.
even though we've seen this in a couple of previous episodes, him
Yeah.
topping off with Morph-X before becoming the mayor
Yep.
again. They reminded us at the very beginning of the episode,
Yep.
don't be late with my Morph-X, I need it for this costume.
Yeah. Yeah, it was well, they reestablished something in a way that felt natural. It introduced a good conflict. Everything was driven by a strong central conflict and by characters wanting things. The characters had clear things that they wanted, and they had clear obstacles that made sense, narratively speaking. So very well structured episode, very well conceived episode. It was built up to nicely, I thought. Like, we probably could have had the occasional, check-in on Nate and Zoe prior to this episode, because we hadn't really touched on their feelings for each other in a while.
Mm.
But they had been deliberately trying to avoid them, so that makes sense. Among other things, the episode, just 2 episodes ago, reinforced some things by bringing in Megan that reminded us of that episode where they got blackmailed.
Athena was saying the time between Heckle and Snide's changes kept changing in length. Were those supposed to be timed?
I don't think so. I don't think that there was any specific time.
I mean, I know he was in the pocket watch, but I don't think it was like a 12-hour or 6-hour thing.
Yeah, they just sort of, that was a battle of wills on
yeah.
who got to be in charge.
Nate did have a very nice suit, if you're referring to the one that came in the toss ball.
Like, I was starting to suspect that,
well, we know how they took over Mayor Daniels to some degree, because he was left behind in the dimension.
Yeah, basically what happened with regard... Okay, so somebody was just asking how Scrozzle came back and how Evox came back. Scrozzle, I don't believe was actually destroyed when he was in that Gigadrone. He clearly must have escaped.
Yeah.
It wasn't addressed, but it's a common thing that villains do, and I don't think any of us actually believe that he was destroyed in that moment.
No.
And with Mayor Daniels, he got caught in the explosion of Evox, and Evox's virus managed to infect him during that time.
Yeah. We saw that happen at the end of last season.
Yeah. That got like, it was not explicit, but it was something that...
It was pretty, like...
there were some clear visual cues.
I was going to say, there were clear enough visual cues that we were able to call it.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like they had any plot hole there.
But yeah, I felt like this was really sort of the thing that we've been kind of building to, and I felt like it paid off well. And I feel like we have a good, solid hook for this hiatus.
Definitely.
Which we don't often have, and we've been getting better with.
When a mid-season finale ends on a good cliffhanger that's going to keep you on the edge of your seat and waiting for it to come back from hiatus so you can see what happens.
Like, right now, the race is on to find Evox, because they have that tracker, and to find out what he's been up to. Because that last moment heavily implied that he's been doing more than just trying to take over the Beast X Kingzord. It looks like that wasn't his only plan that he'd been working on. There was stuff going on with that. Something has been going on with his negotiations with world leaders to set up those Morph-X towers.
Which is a little bit weird, by the way, because he's a mayor. Not a...
He's been acting as sort of an ambassador for Morph-X, which is interesting.
Because it's almost...
He's functioning as a liaison, I think.
It's just that Morph-X is not a governmental program.
Yeah.
And if you were going to bring it to other places, the first place you would bring it is national. You should be meeting with the president, who would then have diplomats meeting with other countries.
I love the...
So
I have to go
call Hong Kong!
I have to call Hong Kong. You have to call Hong Kong. What kind of mayor are you? Like even the mayor of, like, New York City does not have this many relationships with foreign leaders as Mayor Daniels
I mean, the
does.
current mayor of New York City doesn't.
I mean...
I'm looking at you, Rudy Giuliani.
I mean, while mayor, you generally don't have relationships with foreign leaders. And even currently, he doesn't have relationships with foreign leaders, just foreign parties. But yeah,
Well, he didn't say he was meeting with actual governments in Paris or Hong Kong.
That's fair. Well, there was the ambassador of Canada.
That's true. He did meet with the ambassador of Canada. I don't know why a mayor...
They're the ambassador from Canada. I don't know, ambassador can visit wherever.
Steele was like, I will see you later. Yeah, he was. But you're not supposed to see him while he's spilling your soup. Rude. By the way, how many food carts give you real plates?
The like, serious bowls?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice. That was like an actual, like, ramen cart kind of bowl. Well, it seemed to be a nice little sort of outdoor food court, an upscale outdoor food court kind of place.
Yeah. Well, it looked like there were a couple of food trucks parked there, and that's a thing that happens.
Yeah.
Like, my mom took me to one in Rutgers.
Yeah.
Rutgers, New Jersey, which is near Rutgers, the college, but it's also the name of the town.
Right.
And there was a bunch of, like, food trucks parked in a parking lot, and it's, like, just a place that people know to go to the food trucks. The ramen did look really good.
Yeah, that was good.
I could go for some of that ramen.
But yeah, I felt like we ended this string of episodes on a strong note, and we needed to, because it hadn't been particularly strong for
I'm
for
sorry.
this run.
We're actually
Yeah, we're just about wrapping up.
Yes, Power Morphicon 2008 did have a lot of food trucks.
2018?
18.
Okay.
Yes. Athena was saying the only time she's seen anything close to that was Power Morphicon 2018.
Yeah.
And I do remember all those food trucks. That is a thing that happens.
Yeah.
I ate from a lot of those different food trucks. I was very hungry.
Yes.
Jake couldn't eat the burgers, though.
No, I don't eat burgers.
I had to find a food truck that had food that Jake can eat because he doesn't eat mammals. AS Declassified hated this episode because he thought Commander Shaw's eliminating the Rangers can't date rule was done poorly, and Evox failed out of stupidity on his own part.
I will admit that the resolution felt a little rushed towards the end.
Oh, Dyron, what happened in this episode? Nate and Zoe get to date, doo-dah, doo-dah. The mayor's cover is completely blown. Oh, the doo-dah day.
Yeah, there was quite a bit.
Those food trucks were lifesavers. I agree with you.
Yeah, those were elements that I would call almost nitpicks, just because, she was a little quick to turn around the no dating rule, but I felt that at least the visual of Nate almost sacrificing himself for Zoe and then her managing to still defeat Roboblaze and Roboroxy, I felt like that was a good, strong justification, and she had already seen some of the stress as a result of what it had done to Ravi. I felt like there could have been just a touch more on her making that switch. There was a lot going on in this episode, so a little bit more on Commander Shaw making that switch might have helped a bit, but it was already a fair bit going on. And I don't feel like Evox necessarily failed due to his stupidity per se. Earlier on he was panicking. He was definitely panicking. He was asking for Blaze and Roxy to figure things out, and they did not manage to figure out what to do. They didn't think of a good way to handle a drop off for the Morph-X, and that was the problem.
Yeah, they should have done a drop. They should have done a dead drop.
But
it would be way easier for him to get the Morph-X from a dead drop than any other way.
Yeah.
They weren't going to be up his rear the whole time, every time, all day.
Yeah.
It'd be perfectly reasonable for him to, I don't know, bump into somebody, switch briefcases. The other briefcase now has the Morph-X in it. He goes home. They stand guard outside, and while he's in his house, he goes into the bathroom, turns back into Evox, sucks up his Morph-X, and carries on.
Yeah, he wasn't thinking clearly. But I think that him not thinking clearly made sense with regards to his state of mind seemed very, very frantic, and he wasn't thinking clearly as a result. And I felt like that worked okay. It didn't feel unnatural. It's one of those things where while we're sitting and watching, we can come up with alternate solutions, but I can recognize the characters not coming up with alternate solutions in that point, because it felt like, oh, this could happen at any moment. We need to do something now. Oh, we need to do something now. It could happen at any moment. And rather than trying to think of, oh, long-term solution, we need to have a plan that we can work with.
You could have any ranger power, including his splitting powers, and you get other people to join the team, but the villains come into existence. What would you choose?
That's a tricky one.
I want Bridget's psychic capabilities. SPD would be fun.
I mean, if you want self-preservation, Jack from SPD. Just let everything just fly right through you. It's like, I'm good. That would be the pure self-preservation option.
I wasn't going for pure self-preservation. I was looking for fun. Bridget's psychic capabilities are pretty fun.
I mean, the ability to walk through walls is also pretty fun.
That's true.
But the...
And again, Z gets a lot done, because there's, like, forever of her.
Yeah.
Like, when she had to window wash or something, there was, like...
Yeah. Well, she seemed to be able to go up to 4 of her, seemed to be the max.
I think
that
there
we
were
ever
more
saw.
than 4 of her that one time that she got... It was like her and Jack got in trouble, and they had to do a lot of cleaning, and then...
Yeah, but I don't think I've ever saw more than 4 of her at any given time.
Bridge is the only canonically Jewish ranger.
Yeah, that's
this is
true.
true.
So yeah, I'm feeling like this was the little boost in confidence that we needed from Beast Morphers. Because we hadn't been seeing a strong narrative long game being formed in this stretch of episodes. The one main arc was Evox as the mayor, and it seemed like we had reached the conclusion of that arc for now with the Beast X Kingzord reveal, but they actually had this be the sort of the climax of that arc, that arc, and that sort of reassured my confidence a bit in this season.
It's gonna be great.
Because if all the his like mwahaha cackling was just leading up to, oh, I'm gonna try and steal your Zord for 5 minutes, that would have been very disappointing. If
has
that
anyone
was
else's religious affiliation ever been mentioned or hinted at other than that? Well, there was that whole Christmas holiday episode.
Yeah.
Where somebody was very gung-ho about how he was definitely a Christian with a Christmas tree and everybody else could suck it.
Well, and then there are some places that don't even celebrate Christmas, like Korea. I don't know even what I'm doing here. And I feel like as Johnny Young Bosch was like saying that, he was really feeling the I don't even know why I'm here. I felt like that he felt that line at that time.
Do you think the Minus Force will have human disguises like the Phantoms from Kamen Rider Wizard?
I have no idea. I'm not anticipating... I don't expect any mechanism that would tie a Monster of the Week to a human character. I know that's a common practice, especially in Kamen Rider and occasionally in Sentai, but in most recent years,
that whole assuming you
Power
mean
Rangers,
that holiday episode, yes, that whole holiday episode was a mess.
Power Rangers doesn't tend to do a guest character of the week on a weekly basis, not as often as they do Monsters of the Week, and I feel like they wouldn't be willing to lock themselves into weekly physical guest actors.
Yeah. Especially since as soon as you give them a line, their rates go way up. Like
they did that back in the first season with like the random kid of the week sometimes.
But like, for example, today's Canadian ambassador didn't have to say anything, and therefore could be paid extras rates.
Exactly.
And I believe screaming does not count as a line.
Fair enough.
So the screaming lady, extras rates.
Yeah.
The kid whose tiara got stolen, didn't say anything.
Right.
Extras rates.
I felt like we didn't get a good reaction on what that kid thought of seeing her tiara turn into a monster.
No, but we certainly got a reaction of what she thought about her tiara getting stolen, which
she's
was,
just like,
what is wrong with you, lady?
And she's just like still looking, and then
what
she turned
is this BS?
That feels like that was a moment.
We never went back to her after turning.
That felt like that was a moment where it's just like, because she took it and she's like, and it felt like she was about to show the kid, oh look, I'm turning your tiara into a monster, but then the kid didn't react to it.
Yeah. And
I felt like, why did we lose that little beat there?
Camera should have gone back to the kid after the monster was made.
Yeah. Just like there were little touches that could have tightened up this episode, but mostly those are nitpicks. I felt like as a whole, conceptually, narratively, and in execution, this episode was pretty solid.
I liked it.
I'd say this is probably the strongest episode of Season 2 thus far. there were maybe a few moments that were a little repetitive here and there. There were maybe a few little missed opportunities, but those are just like really minor bits of execution that could have been smoother and more effective. But we're still, but as a whole, everything I thought still worked quite well. This is very much one where I could nitpick, but as a whole, was strong. And I felt that way throughout the episode. Like, I like where this is, what they're doing with this right now. Can they stick it and hit the landing in a way that works? And I felt like they did.
Solid episode, 5 stars to Stevie's Rage.
Nice.
I agree.
Yeah, I felt like they introduced those 2 plot lines early, effectively, and in a way that felt organic, and they resolved them in ways that felt organic and effective. Robo-Blaze and Robo-Roxy blew up a little easily. I think it would have been nicer if they had got... Like, one thing that we saw from Roxy, I think it would have been nice if we had also seen it from Blaze, was she seemed to get damaged during that initial fight with Zoe. If Blaze had also taken some good, solid hits, and he'd been seen sparking, then I feel like that last finisher would have been more... felt more natural.
There's no such thing as monsters.
There we go.
Evox can't infinite the mayor. That's why that's why he.
No, I think he meant infect. We don't quite know the mechanism exactly by which Evox is able to infect the mayor. It seems to be something that was sort of a fluke that happened as a result of the explosion. I imagine they'll be talking about it a little bit more in the next episode, now that the Rangers know about it.
Daniel, one of the things the episode did pretty well was answer the question of how do Rangers pull weapons out of nowhere. That was actually answered in the very first episode of the series.
Yeah, they do.
They talk about the transporters.
They have the little teleporters, and they have the little things they use for teleporters.
Gigas on there. Yeah. It actually makes this one of the more science-based Power Rangers.
Or at least with a very consistent internal logic, I think.
Yeah. I meant in the sort of Magitech shift.
Yeah.
It's definitely tech-heavy.
Yes. They really wanted to... I mean, this was just as a Sentai season.
Very tech-heavy.
They went for something of a deconstruction where everything felt more grounded.
I mean, that's why I love it so much.
Yeah, Go Busters tried to be a very grounded series, and I feel like it was really one of the most grounded Sentai series that I've seen. Really, all the ones I've seen so far. I haven't seen any of the earlier Sentai series, so they could have been more grounded in the past. I don't know.
It's true. If they do decide to go more standard on the monsters, maybe the monsters will have some dialogue other than just repeating something that is a clue about the host.
Yes, that would, with regards to Minosaurs again. So I think we've made our opinions pretty well known on this front. Again, I do like these long-term arcs where you have a stretch for the 8-episode chunk.
Yeah.
And I like that in this case it wasn't the evil plan that was actually the main bridging arc of this stretch of episodes. It was the tension of how long could he keep up the ruse.
How long until he runs out of Morph-X?
And I felt like that was introduced very well throughout, it was teased, then it was kind of introduced, then it was solidly established, then each episode, almost every episode along the way, we got a little bit more leading up to this one with regards to the mayor being revealed to the Rangers as Evox.
Yeah.
I think, because it was first, Evox is back, but we haven't seen him. Then the Evox is hiding, and then Evox is revealed to be the mayor. We see Evox with the Morph-X. We see him try to pull off he talks about his plan. He tries to pull off his plan. His plan fails. we get a random filler episode with the Pan Global Games, and then he gets his cover blown. And I felt like that was a clear, smooth progression through line throughout. So good job, good run.
I agree, the stunt work was very good, especially the unmorphed fighting.
Yep. And hopefully we will continue to escalate things with his plans moving forward now that he's been revealed. Sort of going a little, maybe end game of
we'll be back in 2 weeks,
a Breaking Bad kind of situation would be nice. So all that said, I think we're good to wrap things up for tonight. We will be, as I said, taking a break next week.
But we'll be back the week after that doing a Sentai.
I think I will try and as a placeholder, toss out maybe a Jake's Take of Indeterminate Temperature, which I had been hoping to get to this week, but I ended up being busy with finishing up my grad work. So perhaps next week I'll drop a Jake's Take of Indeterminate Temperature.
See you, Devious.
So thank you again, everyone. We hope you have a great night. Enjoy the week off. We'll come back with some Super Sentai stuff. And until next time, farewell, Ranger fans, and let the power protect you. And I would have gotten away with it too if only you Rangers had socially distanced yourselves.